So now we're going to talk about the 1-4-5 blues form. And this is a form that you're going to see throughout all different kinds of blues music. Now, what do we mean by 1-4-5? It's not just a set of cool numbers. It's actually a way of locating very particular notes. So I'm going to demonstrate what the 1-4-5 means with an example. So we're going to look at E as our starting point. And open E. So we have the 1, which is our root, E. When we move up 1 fret to the F, we're at what we call a minor second. And when we move up another fret to the second, we have an F sharp. G is a minor third. G sharp is a third. And the fourth is an A. And let me just draw attention to this. At this point, we've moved up 5 frets. Then when we move up another fret, we're at A sharp, which is what we call the augmented fourth or the diminished fifth. Another fret called the fifth, or a B chord, a B note in this case. And let me draw attention again to the fact that we have moved up 7 frets from the E note that we originally played. So we've located our 1, 4, and 5, but let's continue just to see how this unfolds. When we move up another fret, we get a C note, which is a minor sixth. Yet again another fret, we're at a C sharp, which is a sixth. One more, we're at a D, which is a minor 7. D sharp, which is a 7th. And finally, E, which is restarting all of this in a different octave. So to recap, we've located the 1, which is where we start, E. We've located the 4, which is an A note, which is 5 frets distance from the starting point, and 7 step distance from the starting point is our 5 note, which is a B. We just saw how we located the 1, the 4, and the 5, but now we're going to actually try to do this together without all this being drawn up on the board in the key of A. So A is over here. So recall we have to move up 5 notes, 5 frets to locate the 4. So from A, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a D. Let's write that in. And then we have to move up 2 more, which is now 7 fret distance from where we started in A. And we have an E note. So we just located the 1, the 4, and the 5 in the key of A. And the same thing would apply in the key of G. You start on G, which is your 1. You move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a C. And you move up 2 more, so 7 total from your 1 or G, and you're at a D now. So we've located the 1, 4, 5 again. And if you wanted to play these in a minor form, you would just simply play the same, you would locate the chords or the notes the same way, and these notes would then be played as a minor chord or a major chord respectively. So the important takeaway here is that the counting that we've done has a very broad application that applies generally in blues. Now, one takeaway that I want you to get from this is that there are shortcuts. And as blues players, we use shortcuts wherever we can because it allows us to do other things. So for example, let's go back to A. Instead of counting all the way up the fretboard in a horizontal way, we have some other options available to us. So what we could do is drop down directly to the next string, and that is actually your 4th note, your D. And if you move 2 frets over, that is actually your E. So you don't have to do this whole horizontal exercise, you just drop from A to D to E, or 1, 4, 5. Now the same thing works if you're playing, say, in the key of D, okay? Or if you're locating any one on this A string over here, okay? You would also don't have to do this counting exercise horizontally. You can use the shortcut of dropping down from the 1 to the 4 to the 5. So with that, we've covered the 1, 4, 5 and how to identify and find it. And we've also discovered that there are different shortcuts. So in future lessons, we're going to keep referring to the 1, 4, 5. The 1 note, the 4 note, the 5 note.